Hello, this is John Lackman, and this recording is for my at my best exercise. I'm just going to talk to you about a scenario that happened to me in January of 2002. I was on in a helicopter accident, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what happened, what I did, and what I was thinking and what I was feeling. And the the situation was I was in a helicopter squadron, and one of the things that we do in these helicopters is that we'll do what's called a visit, board, search, and seizure. Basically, if there's a ship that doesn't want people to, board it, what you do is you take a helicopter and put a team on board. You fly over the ship tactically, and then you lower a rope, and the team slides out. Um, it's basically it's that simple, except that normally they don't want you to get on board, so there's a little more involved to it. But that's kind of the sum of it. But what happened was my team is we went out. It was night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, and we went to drop our team off. And when we came up behind the ship and we were hovering over the pad to drop our team, the person in the right door of the helicopter, who's they call him a scanner or a flight engineer. What he does is he tells the pilot, where to go. He'll tell him, hey, you need to come right, 3 feet, 10 feet, something like that, and he'll count down because the pilot can't see the ship because we had to turn sideways. And when this happened, he kind of got his count off, and the ship's moving, it's difficult. I was on the back of the helicopter, looking out the tail. It's a big cargo plane, a helicopter. It's about 100 feet long. So I was standing on the ramp in the back, and I was listening to what was happening up front, and then looking out and making sure everything was fine. And all of a sudden, it just sounded like a machine gun went off, just pop, 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 pop. And there were sparks flying out from next to the helicopter, and my pilot, uh, swerved away from the helicopter really hard, or swerved the helicopter away from the ship really hard, and he pulled us away, and the helicopter was just shaking all over, and I was surprised. Number one, I was surprised. Then I was scared because you know the last thing you want to do in a helicopter is crash in the ocean. Um, but we thought it was going to happen. So normally the first thing you would do is, you know, uh, if you're going to go down in the water, is you grab a raft, and that's my job, is to grab the raft. Well, it's a big raft. It's 200 pounds, and it's very bulky. And we had a lot of people on our helicopter because we hadn't dropped our team off. There was about between me and the crew, there's probably about 18 to 20 people on this thing. So I went to get the raft, but then I noticed that there were safety boats because this was an exercise. I noticed there were safety boats in the water already. So I did the opposite of my training, and I left the raft on, secured to the helicopter because I didn't want that thing, rolling around inside the helicopter if we were to go in and possibly pin somebody. Then after my pilot got the helicopter back under control, he pulled us back over the ship. And while we were coming back over the ship, the person on the right who made the initial mistake, the helicopter was hard to control. So my pilot was kind of drifting, and he was drifting back into the structure of the into the ship, and we were going to hit it again. So I just yelled, just land, where it's not my position to tell people what to do back there. But, it was I could see, this whole scenario playing over again. So, I just yelled land, and then bam, the pilot landed, and we shut down the helicopter, and that was that. Uh, it doesn't sound like, it doesn't sound like I did a lot. Um, it felt like forever. Um, but the thing that I did outside of that I felt was at my best was one, I didn't take that raft down. I was trained to do it, but I went against my training because I knew that if we were going to crash into the water, that that raft would be more of a hazard than a savior, and that when we all got out of if we went in and we all got out of the helicopter, that there would be rescue boats to get us there. So in that instant, I was able to make that decision. Secondly, when I noticed that we were trending towards hitting the structure again, and where the person was saying, no, hey, stop, right, stop, you're drifting into the structure, stop, you're drifting into the structure. Just going out of turn and just yelling, land. We landed. We avoided hitting the structure, and we missed it by about, I don't know, 3 feet, 4 feet. So we could have really could have messed up our helicopter even more, and possibly hurt somebody. But luckily, nobody got hurt. Uh, it was a lot of expensive problems to the helicopter, but you know, they used another helicopter to take it off the ship, and everybody now talks about it and makes fun of it. Um, but that that's kind of what I felt was at my best. It's kind of hard to think of something, you know, but I thought this little scenario kind of fit. Um, Trying to just look, I got my wandering eyes here, just making sure I covered everything. Uh, but that's what I did, and that's how I was feeling. I was first, surprised, scared, relieved. After we landed, and I was able to use those emotions to or not let those emotions get the best of me, and able to you know do what I thought was best. I'm looking forward to your feedback, and thank you.